just over. So I would request him to kindly brief the outcome of the 2 days meeting of GST.
We've had a 2-day meeting of the GST Council and a half-day meeting today of the state finance ministers for the purposes of pre-budget consultations. Yesterday, there were 6 different sectors of the economy: banking, insurance, aviation, railways, exports, which amongst others made detailed presentations with regard to the requirements of their sectors before the GST Council. Some of them also made a point that particularly the telecom IT industries, that was the 6th segment, that they wanted centralized registration. Telecom, IT, banking, insurance made their case for a centralized registration really on the basis of the nature of their business. A person can sit and make a digital payment in one state, it will be registered, his account may be in some other state, the transaction of purchase may be in relation to a third state, and therefore they said really rather than go interstate, they should have a central registration benefit, and then they can devise a system by which the share of taxation of each state in the transaction could be split up. So was the case of the IT industry, which said that their softwares envisage programming where data could initiate from multiple jurisdictions and reach multiple jurisdictions. Therefore, instead of going around getting registrations, give us the facility of a single registration. That's an administrative issue. That doesn't have anything to do with the legal drafts of the legislations on which the council will eventually, after it finishes its current work, will take a view. The third IGST law was discussed. It has 11 chapters. The initial 10 chapters really have been approved. And some issues remain open because they are in the process of being discussed. We'll be meeting again because the nature of discussion was inconclusive. We'll be meeting again on the 16th of this month and have a sitting to really conclude the discussion on those specific points. The drafts have been now, the legal drafts with the gaps, the gap means the undecided issue, are now being sent for legal vetting, after which they will be circulated in the GST Council for a formal approval. Now obviously, when I refer to the gaps, it refers predominantly to 2 or 3 issues, or issues falling under 2 big heads. And if I may just illustratively explain to you, the first retains to the definition of the word territory, and the second deals with both cross-empowerment and dual control. These could be technically 2 separate issues, but they can be, for classification purposes, clubbed into one. The issue of territory, it's a complex issue. The issue broadly is that area within 12 nautical miles into the sea is a part of Indian territory. And a question does arise, whose territory is it? uh, conventionally service tax and customs is charged in those territories by the government of India. And some states had, as far as the fishing business is concerned, the constitution provides for fishing rights to the states in that area. What about other taxes? Some states have been levying taxes in the nature of sales tax or VAT. The center has not levied it. So the case of the states is that since we've been levying taxes, we should be allowed to levy taxes. The contra argument is this strictly does not fall within the definition of a state territory. And under Article 366, sub-Article 30, this is to be considered as a unionly administered territory. It's a union territory because the definition of a union territory in the constitution is that what is not a part of a scheduled state is a union territory. Now this issue has been pending in courts also and is currently before the Supreme Court. And before the Supreme Court, the government of India, which earlier was not very active in this litigation because it was between the assessees and the state governments, had some years ago jumped in and taken a stand that this is my territory, so I must be allowed to raise taxes in it. The case of the states is that we should be allowed to raise tax in this. So it's an issue which has to be, a constitutional solution has to be followed. And the solution has to be legally tenable. So I have told the council that we are examining it and we will try and see how this can be legally managed, because the answer to this problem is not political or not even an arrangement between the center or the states. It has to be found within the framework of the constitution that if it is union territory, can a state levy a tax within the unionly administered territory? They can do it only in their own territory. So it's a pure constitutional issue. The minister from Karnataka has suggested a particular formulation which we will consider. So the issue is, if I may say, very close to resolution, but we need a legal response to it. It has to be adequately tested. The next issue is with regard to the administration of the IGST and the cross-empowerment and the dual control and its management. Now this is a complex issue on which we've discussed on a couple of times earlier. We haven't found a solution. I must say today most states, many of the states were, an overwhelming majority I would say, of the states had a very positive attitude, and we started the discussion which was inconclusive, and we've decided to meet on the 16th again so that we are able to untie the knots as far as this issue is concerned. And of course, post-lunch there was a meeting which every state government presented their own perspective and wish list of what should be done as far as the union budget is concerned. Some suggested it from the point of view of the issues concerning the state, some looked at it from the point of view of broad policy. We've taken note of those suggestions and we'll be responding.
Sir, can you throw some light on what happens to the deadline now? A lot of state FMs are talking about a July or a September possible rollout.
Well, I think you speak every time to the same set of FMs. So don't use the word lot.
No, but the Gujarat FM also did mention it yesterday.
Yes, we know the difficulty. We are moving against time. And that's why we are meeting on the 16th.
So politically, how big is the shadow of demonetization on GST discourse? Because we saw West Bengal FM also walking out of
A lot of
the
finance
Plus the
ministers are raising the
fund is
impact
largely-
of demonetization on the
Well, again, let me tell you, finance minister after finance minister today gave their own estimations of their December revenues. So, in December, revenues of state governments relate to what has been collected for the month of November. That data in the states is available on the 22nd of December. And a number of them gave details of how there has been a revenue increase in some of those states. And therefore, we've asked the states to furnish us the data and also give us the comparative data of the last 2-3 years, so that month to month pattern we can study.
सर
is there a
डिमोनेटाइजेशन पे एक और इशू ये है कि जो 31st के बाद आरबीआई में ही केवल जमा कराने का है, इससे लेकर के काफ़ी परेशानी हो गई है। और केवल आपने 5 जगह की बात की है, दिल्ली, मुंबई, कोलकाता, चेन्नई और नागपुर। और पहले जो पीएम का अनाउंसमेंट था उसमें ये था कि 31 मार्च तक सभी कर सकते हैं। तो अब जो ये नया ऑर्डिनेंस
और पीएम का ये नहीं था, पीएम ने स्पेसिफिक कहा था कि उसके टर्म्स और कंडीशंस कौन कर सकता है, आरबीआई देगी. The word terms and conditions was a part of the PM's address.
लेकिन परेशानी तो काफ़ी हो रही है सर।
देखिए, हर एक के पास 50 दिन की सुविधा थी और बड़ी से बड़ी मात्रा में लोग आ चुके हैं, तो परेशानी वाले तो बचे ही बहुत कम हैं अब.
But sir, if genuinely some people could not deposit the money earlier for whatever
देखिए,
reason, can
no,
it
we
still
don't
be
go into
possible?
whatever reasons. The RBI has fixed their own criteria, and at least I will respect that
सर, कुछ
criteria.
राजनीतिक दलों ने ये कहा है कि चुनाव आयोग ने चुनाव की तारीख की घोषणा कर दी, ऐसे में केंद्र सरकार को 1 फरवरी को बजट पेश नहीं करना चाहिए, तो उनकी मांगों में कितना दम देकर विचार करेंगे आप?
सर, कई दलों ने राष्ट्रपति को चिट्ठी भी लिखी है इसी बाबत।
मैंने पढ़ा है उनके इस चिट्ठी लिखी.
आपका क्या मत है?
आपका क्या मत है?
नहीं, ये वही दल हैं जो कहते हैं कि डिमोनेटाइजेशन की लोकप्रियता बहुत कम है, तो फिर वो बजट से क्यों परेशान है.
2012 में ऐसा किया गया था जब यही 5 राज्यों के चुनाव थे, तो 16 मार्च को बजट पेश किया गया था। तो इस बार
देखिए, हर बार की परंपरा तो है नहीं. मतलब लोकसभा चुनाव से तुरंत पहले इंटरिम बजट पेश किया जाता है, आज तक तो रुका नहीं है. मतलब 2014 के चुनाव से भी कुछ दिन पहले इंटरिम बजट पेश हुआ नहीं हुआ, हर चुनाव से पहले होता है. वो तो एक संवैधानिक आवश्यकता है.
उस समय फुल बजट 16 मार्च
Sir,
को
31st December is now way past. We are getting to hear now that 15 lakh crores almost has come back into the system.
I don't know the number, but when you know it, please tell me.
सर, डुअल कंट्रोल को लेकर के क्या, डुअल कंट्रोल को लेकर क्या कोई नए फॉर्मूले पर विचार हो रहा है? बात कहाँ किस तरह से?
देखिए, मैंने आपको कहा कि अधिकतर लोगों का एटीट्यूड उस पर काफ़ी पॉजिटिव है, इसका कोई हल ढूंढने के लिए.
Some states are saying they want higher compensation now post demonetization because there have been revenue losses for the states.
देखिए, compensation is not linked to demonetization.
Sir, if most
but
states,
the law
most states are in
states
favor
are
of dual
saying
control, the way, if there is a consensus of dual control among most states, why don't they go for voting instead of an outright consensus?
देखिए, I have been consciously avoiding the voting, and I'll give you the reason why. GST Council is a federal institution, and a federal institution in a large democracy like India, it's a very delicate organization. And therefore, the fact that we have been so far able to resolve every issue by discussions, at times even long discussions, I think we want to establish this as an initial precedent of how the council functions, because its initial functioning will be cited as a precedent. Now, if you, instead of resolving it by a consensus and a discussion, if you in the very first instance start going in for voting without exploring all possibilities of a consensus, it won't be a good initial practice. Then this voting would be every year when you fix various decisions, the same practices will apply. So we want to use the avoid voting as far as possible as a settled practice. And I have said so in the council, so I have no hesitation of saying it here.
सर डिजिटल पेमेंट पर इंसेंटिव क्या कंटिन्यू रखा जाएगा अभी डिजिटल पेमेंट पर जो
जो घोषणा की है जिनकी वो चलेंगे.
So some of the states have also asked for FRBM relaxation.
अब आप बजट पहली तारीख की इंतजार कीजिए ना.
सर 30 दिसंबर को रिजर्व बैंक ने ये घोषणा की है कि जो बैंकों से पैसे लेने की लिमिट है वो जारी रहेगी, एटीएम की लिमिट बढ़ाई गई है. ये लिमिट कब तक हटने की संभावना
देखिए
आपको दिख रही है?
आरबीआई तय करेगा मार्केट की सिचुएशन असेस करते हुए, और कई बार एक्शंस भी फेजेस में लिए जाते हैं, रिलैक्सेशंस भी फेजेस में होते हैं.
So like you are incentivizing digital transactions, are you also planning to disincentivize cash transactions?
देखिए ये कोई एज अ पॉलिसी हम मैं अनाउंस नहीं कर रहा. इफ गवर्नमेंट टेक्स अ डिसीजन वी विल लेट यू नो.
How will the tax rates be split under GST? Will it be equally split between the center and the state?
That's
Some states have asked for a higher.
देखिए उसका एक there is a presentation which was made. Everybody is acting on a particular premise, but some issues do keep arising. So the council will formally decide that.
But the center hasn't taken a view.
You see, the center had broadly taken a view in the initial presentations when we totaled up of the base year, the revenue of the states and the center, and it was found to be broadly equal.
Sir, since
So the states have also said that the compensation amount will have to be the sources of the center will have to tap more sources to compensate states now, and the earlier estimated amount of 55,000 crore will be revised again.
Uska pura that there is a complete
demonetization.
consensus which has been approved on that in the compensation
Sir,
bill.
since the entire demonetization exercise has almost come to an end, so there have been a lot of demands from Congress party and other parties also, so that RBI should come out with the minutes of the meeting which has been taken place on November 8th when the entire demonetization was announced. So since it has already been come to an end, why don't you think that RBI should come out?
Why should I express an opinion on
and since
Congress party?
most of the decisions were taken by the finance ministry and the government all together in consultation with the RBI, so it will help the because the image which has been dented.
It's an issue for the RBI to decide.
Sir,
Sir, you called for data, revenue data of states. So what is that for? Some compensation or something, or just?
नहीं, just let us know the facts कि किसका कितना बढ़ा है, कितना कम हुआ है.
But is there an estimate available that how much will be compensated?
सर्वसम्मति नहीं बनी राज्यों में, तो फिर सर वोटिंग कराएंगे.
55,000 crore का.
जब वो स्थिति आएगी तो देखेंगे ना.
8 बार तो सर बर्बाद हो चुका है इस मामले में.
बर्बाद नहीं हुआ, 8 बार में 16 निर्णय हो चुके हैं.
Pre-budget consultation, the Bengal finance minister came out and spoke to the media, and he said that because of demonetization, Bengal has lost 13%. He says there's a 2% negative growth in their revenue and 13%.
I think states which are governed well have earned well.
पंजाब हरियाणा बहुत पॉजिटिव है.
Punjab, Haryana, Assam, all the states mentioned today that their revenues have increased.
Sir, we are talking about revenue of the state. Sir, we are talking about revenue of the
The
state.
2% that he mentioned inside the meeting became 30% outside.
13. Sir, we are talking about the revenue of state. What is the position of central revenue? Because advanced tax revenue numbers are.
पिछली
So
बार
there
तो
was
दिया था.
another point that West Bengal FM raised. He said that even the numbers put out by the center by the Union FM, they were basically from the April onwards, and they were not actually reflecting the uptick in the current, in the current last 2 months.
सर राज्यों में क्या कहा बजट पर?
On the compensation funds, so far the government had estimated close to 55,000 crore rupees post, the demonetization activity. Will we see an uptick because yesterday also some of the FMs, West Bengal FM.
देखिए मेरा अपना असेसमेंट ये है
90,000
कि एक क्वार्टर छोड़ने के बाद जो इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ लार्जर इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ इनफॉर्मल इकोनॉमी विद द फॉर्मल इकोनॉमी होगा, उसमें रेवेन्यू सबके बढ़ने वाले हैं. दैट इज द पर्पस ऑफ दिस एक्सरसाइज. In fact, despite all this, I can tell you the Revenue Secretary is here and he can confirm this. We will end this year with higher revenues, both direct and indirect taxes. Can we comfortably
Yes, sir.
say this to
100%.
Than budgeted.
higher than budgeted? So not only are we going to reach the budget estimates, we will exceed the budget estimates both in direct tax and in indirect tax this year. And therefore, with a larger formal economy and integration of informal into formal, I think unless some state is very badly administered and loses out on investment, the revenues of the others are going to increase.
Sir, today at the Chief Election Commission, CEC's press conference, this question was asked about the 1st of February budget date because Punjab and Goa votes barely 72 hours after the budget. So do you think would the government even seriously consider these suggestions, because Prime Minister recently had made a presentation at spoke at Niti Aayog where he said that this was done basically to help farmers so that disbursements become
You see, that's one of the objects behind advancing the budget date. That is to say, the actual expenditure must start from April rather than half the year being lost and starting after the monsoons. That is the whole object of this exercise, and we stand by that exercise.
So 6 January we'll have the full fiscal GDP data. Is it likely to be on RBI lines?
Okay, why should I take a guess?
बड़े बड़े जो बैंकों में बड़े पैमाने पर
Thank you.